Welcome, one and all. This is Astro Tarot Wednesday Night Live, and I'm Chanda Sparkles. I decided last minute to jump on here live to do a little bit of New Moon Libra talk. And we're going to speak a little bit about the equinox and about spirituality and everything that's going on. I am supposed to be on a bit of a sabbatical. I've been working on catching up on some things as this is my 12th house journey, my within journey time period. But I got in here to record the upload and thought, you know what? Why not? I'm already in here. I'm already working. And let's do this. We are on the verge of shifting energies. And there's some beautiful Palo Santo just for you. There you go. Smudging the chat, smudging the channel, smudging everybody that is here live and on the YouTube replays. I'm so happy to see you all tonight. I'm glad that you could pop on in and enjoy with us here on the live and on the YouTube replay. I'm incredibly relaxed. I'm just going to say that much. I've had some good rest after a very successful, beautiful, gorgeous event. Thanks to my beautiful partner, Christina Karst, Wellness. And thanks to special guest, Shar Roberts, for making the Fall into the Sea of Consciousness such a beautiful event. Just a moving, loving, spiritually grounding and uplifting releasing event. By far, the energy of the Sparkle Shack has been speaking since. So happy fall equinox to everybody as we shift into Libra season. This is a big shift. You're going from mutable earth energy into cardinal, which is the instigator, get things going, the initiator. Air energy, all about the mind and the intellect and the communications, all right? I must say, this Libra new moon that we are having this Sunday is quite abundant. It's a good one. Energies are shifting for the better. Stay in your high vibrational flow. Stay within your heart mind. All right? Remember, always think here, not here. That's going to be a challenge as we enter into Libra season. Oh, Lady Justice, the scales of justice. It's a really good time for relationships to begin and to end. Seeing as we have 7, count them, 7 astrological energies retrograde. And we have Pluto, who is stationing to go retrograde. I believe it's the 8th of October. So lots of slow down energies happening. Lots of relook, rethink, revise, revisit, then rejuvenate yourself. Hello, hello. I see people are loading in the chat. Thanks for popping in. Welcome on back. There is Christina Karst. There's Stacy Ross. Hi, Eve. Come on in. If you are on the Facebook, you guys remember, if you're on the Facebook page, please pop over to the YouTube. Majority of the people, hi, Amy, are over in the YouTube. That's where we do it. And because this was kind of an impromptu thing and I didn't give anybody any warning. I just said, let's just do this. And I'm so glad that people are just popping in. We're giving people a few minutes to come on in. There's Lacey. Hi, sweetheart. There's one of our gorgeous attendees from this past wonderful weekend, Fall into the Sea of Consciousness. I want to reflect on that for a minute. You know, when we do these events, we put a lot of thought, we start planning them well in advance. You know, we set dates well in advance, months in advance. And when we really start getting into the nuts and bolts of the entire event, it becomes this entity of its own. And when you're creating and co-creating with each other and you allow the entity to flow, it becomes its own beautiful thing, right? And it did. And what was the coolest? I was asked, what was my favorite part? My favorite part, I think, hands down, of course, aside from all the lovely ladies that joined us, but really was when we were calling in the quarters, and I think we'd already done the south and we'd already done the north. I'm not sure, but we'd already done a couple. And when we were told to face the east, it was time to talk about the water signs and go into all the water elementals and call in the guardians and the gateway keepers of the water. And all of a sudden, it started sprinkling on us, and it was like, woo! It was so awesome. It was so awesome. It was like the last year at the fall equinox. I'm going to turn this down because I feel like it's really loud. I don't know if it's loud for y'all. I feel like last year we called in the quarters and we brought thousands of bugs. Like literally thousands of bugs showed up all over us, but we made it through the whole quarters and called in the quarters, and all those bugs, all those insects came to take away our release. This year, the water sprinkled down on us. It was so beautiful. It was amazing. Be watching for our next event. I'm not exactly sure when that's going to be. I do know that we are going to have a little get together for Dia de los Muertos coming up. We're just going to gather and all go together as a group just to go experience the Dia de los Muertos. That is downtown Corpus Christi, the most amazing event of the year happening. So if you guys want to come and join us, we'd love to have you. And then, of course, there'll be an event post for my 50th birthday, which is November 17th. And yes, that's on a Thursday. And yes, that's important. That you astrologers, we want to celebrate our solar return on the day of the solar return. So, and it's not like we're going to go out late or anything. It'll be like an early dinner and then probably pop over here and get in the pool. I always turn my pool blood red for my birthday because that's my favorite color. And I always heat up the heater really, really hot because it's sometimes a little chilly outside, but not all the time. It's always still pretty nice. All right. Enough of me yapping about what's been happening. How have y'all been? I'm so glad to see you here. Hi, Shining Star Mystic, Terry Warners. There's Amy Ulrich. Thanks to the moderators. There's Michelle. Hi, Michelle. I see you guys. Hi, Amy. I see you guys popping in. Remember, if you're on Facebook, please go over to the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is where most of the people are hanging out in the chat. And plus, it helps me out if you go and subscribe and like the channel and comment over there. All right, let's dive right in. So this new moon in Libra is abundant, but it's also got a little bit of a warning. But honestly, all in all, really good new moon. Positive energy around this new moon. Lots of good aspects happening with this new moon. Lots of high vibrational aspects happening with this new moon. The equinox, on the other hand, is a whole nother story, and I'm not going to dive too deep into that, but I did write a couple of notes down. You know, the sun will enter Libra tomorrow. I believe it's 8:04 p.m. Central. Cannot remember the rest of those times, but anyway, you look it up for your time zone. And this is when the sun shifts across the equator, when it shifts in. And then we have the exact equal day and night happening tomorrow. It's the one, you know, it's totally equal. They even say you can take an egg. So if you're in Central Texas or Central Time, you take your egg and stand it straight up. During that hour, the egg will stand straight up. I've done it before. It actually works. So try it out. It's pretty cool. But you also have Mercury combusting the sun at the same time that this is all happening. So it's like, okay, so Mercury is retrograde, and Mercury retrogrades all the way back into Virgo, right? And they kind of crisscross each other, which means they come crisscross together, which they combust it out, which means it can be mind altering, mind blowing, lots of even genius epiphanies happening and stuff like that. And that's tomorrow night going into the next day. So interesting energies with this equinox. I will say the equinox is, it's going to be a little bit, people could get intense and crabby. Okay, let's just put it to you like that. I will say that I will see more leadership shifts. Yeah, more leadership. And I've been claiming that since the first of the year. If y'all remember and you've been with me, I've been saying leaders will be leaving, whether they leave their office or they leave the planet. Lots of major leaders are leaving. This is a big activation. A new moon is when the moon and the sun come exactly together, okay? Creates a new moon. So with this Libra equinox energy, then 2 days later having the Libra new moon, I would not be surprised if we start hearing more stuff about relationship shifts and how our leaders are relating to the public. You know, things that are kind of like, what? Did they just do that? Or did I just hear that correctly? That kind of stuff. Be listening for that. Lots of ghosts coming back from our pasts. Yes, even more so. People from the past popping up in your life. It's up to you to use the discernment whether or not you feel that that person is someone that needs to come back into your life. I'll leave it at that. With the equinox, there is a wide finger of God. It's not exact, but there's a wide finger of God with Venus and Saturn and Vesta. This is like when you get called out on your shit. People are going to be calling, or you might be the one calling people out on their shit, okay? This kind of an energy is all around this equinox. I would say it would last now until around the new moon. Lots of fated events happening anytime you have that kind of an alignment, especially when you're dealing with Saturn and Venus. And Venus is like, she don't want to put up with it. You got to remember, Venus is the ruler of Libra, okay? And Venus, whenever she's heavily involved in the new moon chart, this close to the new moon equinox, to the vernal equinox, vernal in the northern hemisphere. Of course, it's the spring equinox for all my lovelies in the southern hemisphere. Your flowers are about to start blooming, my dears. It's just important to pay attention to, you know, how you're speaking, how you're versing, what you're saying, being cautious with your words. And if people are coming at you and speaking shit, just realizing it's part of the energy. Maybe take the high road. Don't be a doormat, but, you know, just be aware. That is very much in this energy signature for this week. Lots of people will meet people. Okay, so pay attention to the people that you're going to meet, run into, like new people coming into your life during this period. Lots of fated meetups happening with this equinox energy. Now, on the day of the equinox, which is Thursday, the moon is void of course all day long. Anytime the moon is void of course, it's kind of a crabby day. It's kind of like people are just a little more on edge or a little more emotional. Things kind of don't flow as well. Things don't just happen as easily. It's just how it is. So just be in thought processes for that. All right. So this new moon in Libra, I want to talk a little bit about Libra. Happy solar return to all of the lovely Libras out there. Libra season. Yes, our Cardinal Air Sign Libra. I want to talk about Libra. So Libra, of course, is about relationships. You know, the opposite of Libra is Aries. So Aries is all about I am that I am. It's the very beginning of the zodiac. It's when we very first start and begin our new year, okay? So once you've gotten all the way halfway around the zodiac, you get to Libra season. And Libra is all about art and beauty and culture. And she's very sociable. He's very flirty. They're often quite beautiful in appearance. You know, they're ruled by Venus. So there you go. But there are some of those undesirable characteristics as well. So I just pulled this from my book, A to Z book, just some of the desirable characteristics of Libra and the undesirable characteristics of Libra. So, desirable. This is the season we're entering into. Thoughtfulness, impartiality, foresight, justice, grace, modesty, decorum, refinement, artsy, adaptability, persuasiveness and affectionate, peaceful, cheerful, sympathetic, forgiveness, generosity, idealism, tact, and balance. Now, some of the undesirable, because all planets, all signs, all aspects, all of it has a higher frequency and a lower frequency. Some of the undesirable characteristics would be indecision, uncertainty, extremism, recklessness, hesitance, susceptibility, illusion, punctuality, panditry, vanity, aloofness, shirking, carelessness, and vacillation. Now, this is the thing. I know a lot about Libra, okay? I know a lot about Libra. I was married to two of them. So understand this. Libras will often hide the truth to keep the peace. This is what they do. They will not be forthcoming with the information. They will lie. And for someone like me, who's like a triple Scorpio, and I'm like, I want the deep, dark, honest truth. And I want you to even go deeper than that. It would go all over me. The lies that Libras tell sometimes can get them in trouble. And honestly, sometimes they don't tell the lie on purpose. It just comes naturally. It's just like a natural trait to not be forthcoming about something, to keep the peace, because they would rather not see. If you know the tarot, the Two of Swords is a Libra card. She stands there depicted with her two swords of truth crossed over her heart, protecting, right? Blindfolded. In the back, behind her, is the seas that are rising. Those are deep, deep emotions back there. She don't want to look at. You want to look at that. Just want to keep the peace, keep things beautiful. Got to go shopping, you know? So just understand that we're dealing with that kind of an energy, and there could be a lot of untruths that surface, definitely, by Scorpio season. So this is a time period. Let me just go ahead and pull up the chart. Make sure that I'm not missing anything. Yeah, I'm good. This is a time period where the lies and the untruths may be hidden, and then Scorpio will come and dig it all up, and it'll be all up in our faces by the time Scorpio season gets here. Okay. Let's see here. Hi, guys. Thanks for being here. I see you guys loading up in the chat. All right, cool. Cool. I'm supposed to be on a sabbatical, but I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do it because I'm already in here. Might as well. Okay, let's see here. And hey, y'all like my music? I've got some killer, it's called dark pagan music going on in the background because I have been watching the Vikings. I'm all up in my Vikingness. Well, y'all know I love I love that whole era. And I know that I have past lives as a knight. But yeah, I've thought it was good for the fall equinox, right? Got a little bit of cheeriness going on. So, yeah. All right, let's see here. Let's get this chart pulled up. Why is it not popping up? Hold on. Let me unplug it and then plug it back in. There we go. Oh my God, it's not plugged in the back. Hold on. It's not plugged in the back. It's ready. The chart's ready. I just had to plug it in. I've been working my butt off, y'all. I've been working my butt off. Okay. Here we go. Jeez. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. Make sure that. Hello. Test 1, 2. Test. Okay. Good. Sometimes if I move the mic, it gets all weirded out on me. So tell us in the chat, which house is your Libra house? Because that's where this new moon is going to be affecting. The new moon in Libra. It's in my 12th house. All right, we've got to get this gone. All right, let's turn it this way. All right, very good. Where's my pen? There it is. Oh, my nose. That's right. Everybody, please hit the like, subscribe, share button. Hit the bell. Because I have a feeling in the future, in fact, I know it. In the future, these are going to be more impromptu and less planned. I made that. That's a big decision. See, through Virgo season, we are working over what we're doing on our day to day. We are releasing some things and bringing in some things. We have been fine-tuning what it is that we truly want and desire to make our life flow better in the practical day-to-day sense. You know, there's just some things that just are not going to work for us anymore. We've come to these realizations at this time. And now we know, okay, this isn't going to work for us anymore. We're going to move forward in this direction with this and try it this way. Doesn't mean it's going to stay that way forever. But there is something that I do know. These weekly broadcasts, as much as I love to do them, as much as, I love, this is, my dream is to have, wanted to have this beautiful studio for so long, and I finally have it. But I also know that I have got to get myself refocused on me. Because I just seems like all I do is work. And I've not been taking care of myself and my physical health and just a lot of things I need to do for me. And also, sometimes on those Tuesday nights, ride or die, Tuesday night, be there every Tuesday. There's some Tuesdays that I'm energetically wiped from the day and I can't do it. So I've let myself off the hook. I'm real strict with myself about things because that's just part of my chart makeup. But I know that I have to let myself off the hook of being bound, because I bound myself to be here every Tuesday night, come hell or high water, right? I'm not going to do that anymore. It's going to be more like an impromptu thing. We're going to try to do it on, maybe Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday if the energy flows better. We're going to always try to do a weekly thing, but it's just going to be a little bit more flowy. Plus, that'll open it up to more people so that more people can come in and experience the live chats. Not saying it's going to be at the same time every time either. So this is why I feel, it'll be a little bit better for me and a little bit better for everybody all around. I'm also looking at doing some other things that are in process. So I appreciate your patience. I really do. Okay, let's do this. Okay, there's Renee. Renee says Libra is my 11th house. Very good. Very good. That means he is going to be experiencing this new moon with people in his collective. Lots of really great time to get out and socialize. Very sociable, Libra is. And the 11th house is the others, the tribe, okay? Higher technologies. Getting together with people of different cultures even would be really good for you. All right. Very good. Let's keep the chat as clean as we can, please. All right. So here is the new moon chart. Let me go ahead and zoom it in here. Happening on September the 25th, 4:54 Central Time. That's my time here in South Texas. I'm on Padre Island, Texas, if you're new. And it's happening at 2 degrees. Right there. I got to turn this air on, y'all. It is hot as Hades in here. I'm living in South Texas on an island, and it still feels like summer outside. The house is set to 74 inside, and it's hot. I do like to keep it cold in here, so I'm turning this thing down. There we go. Okay. All right. Come on. Let me have it. Ow. Why is it not letting me mark it up? I did it different. I did it from my Mac. This is why. Hold on. Okay, where's my markup? Why is it not letting me mark it? Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to... Man, it aggravates me. It's not giving me my markup feature. Hold on. I'm going to do it like this and send it to myself. Send. And then that way I can just grab it from here and hopefully it'll be saved and I can mark it up. Okay, so there it is. Very good. All right. Well, I don't know why it did that. It should be just fine to do it. Let me look. All right. Okay, let's see here. There it is. Why is it not working? Oh, y'all, I don't even know why. It's not letting me mark it. Okay. I'm not going to be able to mark it up this time for some reason. Look, there's the other one. Maybe it'll let me do this one. Normally it's right there. I don't know why it won't let me mark it. Maybe here? No. No. Maybe under edit. Yes. Look at me. Brilliant. I normally do it straight from Astro Gold. And it's just like hit the arrow, hit the little markup, and we're good. So look, I learned something new today. All right, here we go. So we have this moon right here at 2 degrees of Libra. 2 degrees. Think about that for a minute. First of all, Libra is about duality. It's about there is two. There is we, okay? And it's at 2 degrees, even making this numerology even more so potent about the other, okay? Now, something else to keep in mind, you have Mercury and Venus over here, also conjunct all together, okay? So we have Mercury, our mind, our intellect, how we think, how we communicate. Venus, our love, our values, our beauties, our relationships, okay? Our abundance. It's all right there in Virgo and Libra, okay? Even though they're in 2 separate signs, this is a split, okay? But it's still conjunct because this is at 27 degrees and 25 degrees. There's only 29 degrees in one sign. So like once, it goes to 29, then it goes to 0 degrees, okay? Then 1, 2. So all of this coming together over here, opposite Jupiter in Aries. So here's Jupiter in Aries, the opposing sign. By the way, when the sun enters into Libra, that's when the earth enters into Aries. You don't ever want to look at just where is the sun sign at? Where is my sun sign? You always want to look at the opposing factor, the opposing sign, because that opposing sign is often where you have your answer. Truly, the answer is often found in the opposition. So Jupiter retrograde in Aries at 3 degrees. You see how tight that is? 2 and 3. That's very tight. We consider something conjunct if it's within a 7 to 9 degree orb, okay? But that is tight. Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. It's jovial. It's abundance. It's deep hidden wisdoms. It's the guru gone real deep into the Himalayan mountains to go find out the deepest truths of the universe and comes back all wise. All right? But it's also the gift giver, and it's also the magnifier, and it spreads abundance. It actually is something like it's like Santa Claus come to give you a gift, okay? But remember, we have 7 different energies retrograde, and Jupiter is one of them, okay? Mercury is one of them. Anything in red is retrograde. The only thing that's staying strong and going forward right now, right here, is Miss Venus herself. And then down here, where's Pluto? And Pluto is, well, hell. Pluto is retrograde too. That's right. No, Pluto is stationing to go direct. That's why I'm getting confused. Pluto's slowing down. So like he's barely moving at all because he's stationing to go direct. That's why I was thinking, what's going on? But I wanted to touch on Pluto here in Capricorn. Pluto in Capricorn. This is in a trine to this energy, okay? And when you're talking about Pluto in Capricorn, in trine, this is when you could have some really deep conversations. Really speaking to people on a surface level is not going to cut it over this next 4-week period. You're going to see a lot of people really wanting to go deeper. And if there are some people that are more like just surface level talkers, even they will seem like they're more interested in going deeper during this time period. And you can get a lot of things hashed out. A lot of goodness can come from this kind of energy. I'm not one that like is scared of the retrogrades. And in fact, I kind of embrace the retrogrades because especially outer planet retrogrades are great because they give us a little bit of a reprieve to kind of take a break, to really relook at things and fine tune everything that's going on. So I like it. I like it a lot. I really, really do. Let me just check my notes because I know, okay, the nodes. So the nodes of fate are what we call on the points of fate. Okay, so 15 degrees is the points of fate. So it's conjunct here. It's not far off. If it was like, I would probably give it 3 to 5 degrees. I wouldn't consider it, but I'm considering it. We have the South Node in Scorpio. And of course, right here, the North Node in Taurus. This energy with Mercury being square to the nodes of fate, being on the world point. Anytime there's a major, equinox, new moon, full moon, major event happening while the nodes of fate are being squared, heavily being squared by all of this energy. This tells me that that's why I'm like, okay, there's going to be like some more world stuff happening. More stuff happening having to do with values, abundance, leaders, shifting. Also because over here, Capricorn is world leaders, governments, world powers, big powers, corporate and corporation powers, big heads of CEOs, your bosses, people who are above you that you work for, coming out and giving these all of a sudden just like this is happening kind of stuff. That's very much out of left field because we have Uranus, the planet of shock and awe, present here still, very conjunct with the north karmic node of the moon. Also, we have Neptune in Pisces, opposite to Venus. This is lies, illusions, and delusions in love throughout the practical day to day. This is, it could be beautiful art and creativity, but the way these are aspected, I would be very like, whoa, with this, because there could be some upsets with that. So it's an abundant, beautiful energy with Jupiter, because Jupiter really is the Mac Daddy of this entire new moon. Jupiter and Venus. Okay, see, they're only this 23 degrees. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 3 degrees and 2 degrees with this moon. But then you have Venus opposing Neptune. Only 23 and 25 degrees off. That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of impact energy around what we love, value, relationships, arts, the collective relationships happening. And just, yeah, I'm sorry, but Neptune is beautiful. It's when we go to God, it is spirit. But when it's also being squared to the node, and then also you got to see that there's a sextile and a quincunx over here to Saturn. And Saturn is the taskmaster. Saturn says you got to come in and change all of this, and I want you to do it right. Saturn is like the big grandfather, and Jupiter is like Uncle Jupe, who comes to the family reunions and has fun with all of the nieces and nephews and pisses off his sister. You know what I'm saying? It's like the fun, jovial Uncle Jupiter versus the Saturn grandfather, keep it the way it is, do it the right way kind of energy involved with this new moon. Also, keeping in mind, we have Mars here in Gemini in a trine over to Saturn. And Saturn is in a square to the nodes. There's a lot going on with this chart that says you must release what is dark and no longer needed in relationships. You know, some relationships are just, they've run their course and it's over and it's done. Some relationships will be coming in, and because of this Jupiter aspect, it'll be becoming more abundant. It'll be like, wow, I can't believe I just made all these awesome contacts, and now I have all this awesome new tribe to grow with, you know, much like, you know, this past weekend with me personally. So it really depends on where you are. Yeah, you're in a square Saturn in a semi-square to Mercury. That's called a hammer of Thor, okay? This is big structures changing. This is like, think about the hammer of Thor that comes in and bam, and lays it down and says, this must change. You must rearrange. There's a lot of initiating energy going on here, but because we're in this big retrograde season, I would not count and take it to the bank on everything, like especially with the illusions and delusions happening over here in Neptune. I wouldn't take it to the bank. I wouldn't be like, oh, this is it. This is the way it's going to be. I'm not real sure. I'm not real sure on that, you know, to be quite honest with you. All right, I'm going to move on from this and make sure that I haven't missed anything on this calendar and double check everything here. Let's see. Hi, Erin. How you doing? Yeah, I wasn't going to go live, but here I am. Oh, my gosh. Let's see here. Let's get out of this. All right. So, Sun enters Libra tomorrow at 9:04. That is a fall equinox. That is when you want to do your fall equinox ritual. The optimal time will be tomorrow night. I'm going to go out and do crystal grid work out at Bird Island. Then at 8:04 a.m., just literally, 12 hours later, Mercury enters into Virgo, and our minds and thought processes and how we've been dealing with things completely leave the relationship realm and go back into the critical thinking realm. So you're back to critical day to day, even being overly critical kind of thinking. Because when Mercury's in retrograde and it's in Virgo, it can kind of feel a little wonky, okay? Let's see here. But Mercury is strong in Virgo. Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. So that actually, it will help. But because of the retrograde, you got to be more into the flow if you can, and realize that people are just going to be, it's such a shift anyway. It's like we go from earth into air, boom, your mind shifts. So everything just crisscrosses. It's just like this. It's like this. That's the energy. But it starts to lighten up, and then the sun is going to conjunct Mercury overnight tomorrow night. So as you're going to bed tomorrow night, I definitely would set your 90-day intention. Definitely do some ritual work or write some things down. Do some kind of intention for the next 90 days, because your mind is going to be combust as you sleep. It'll be really interesting reports for dreams overnight tomorrow night. Let's see here. Then on Saturday, Venus will oppose Neptune. That exact Venus-Neptune opposition will come into play. And the moon will be in square to Mars. We will definitely be in deep, dark moon phase by Friday. And then all this opportunity and this awesome optimistic energy comes flooding in over the weekend. And all of this wonderful, it's like the moon conjuncts Mercury, it conjuncts the sun, it opposes Jupiter, it conjuncts Venus, it opposes Neptune. And then, so cool, really important in your values. Like on Monday, you want to ask yourself, after everything you've experienced over these, this week and over the weekend, ask yourself, what is my most important values here moving forward? What is it most important to me? Because when that sun is in opposition to Jupiter, while the moon is in these harmonious trine to Pluto, during that time period, there's going to be some deep realizations and communications going on there. Venus trine Pluto at the same time on Monday. This is a huge day. Monday's a pretty huge day. That's Monday the 26th. Start thinking about now. All of these things. What are you letting go of? What is most important to you? How are you going to restructure things? Who needs to go? Who needs to stay? This is the time. The veils are extremely thin. And remember, just like I always say, you're the veil. You are the veil. There's no veil to drop from your eyes. You are the veil. Okay? And then powerful day on Tuesday of next week. The moon will move into Scorpio. And Mercury will trine Pluto. Pluto is a big player. Okay, so Pluto is all about power. Pluto rules Scorpio. Pluto is also about deep, dark transformation, transmute the energies, this much change now or die. Pluto is really strong over this whole weekend. Really over this whole from now out. Just know it. Pluto's a big player over this next week. With this new moon in Libra as we begin our fall and spring equinox. So happy Mabon to everyone. I hope that this helped you guys out tonight. I am going to read you the inside degree placement for Libra, 2 degrees of Libra. Now, understand that these Chandra symbols explain what the degree point means in more of a poetic way. So let's take a nice deep cleansing breath all together and release. And again. And release and be ready to receive the umbrella energy of this Libra new moon at 2 degrees. And I don't know where, there it is. I gotta cheat. All right. Libra. And in this book, we go up one, we round it up to the next. So we're at 3 degrees. An inaccurate, imaginative map of the world. Okay, do you got that visual? An inaccurate, imaginative map of the world. That's the title for this degree energy. Subjective depths become all permeating. The surface facts seem like nothing. You are plunged into your internal voyage and compelled to take it up blindly and innovatively. You cannot depend on anybody's previous experience, for you are moving into a whole different reality. Inward development as a total way of life, yet surrounded and beset by pressures, demands, and distorted reflections. Distorted reflections, illusions. Don't believe all the things you hear say during this time. You You therefore have to operate virtually, obvious to the feedback loop of the socio-culture sphere. Say that 10 times. And to act as though the inner world you are cooking up for the future is all that counts. And everything else is a blur of facts, figures, and passing semblances. Okay, I want to read that last part again. You therefore have to operate virtually, obvious to the feedback loop of the socio-culture sphere. To be blind, deaf, and dumb to how anything appears to anybody. And to act as though the inner world you are cooking up for the future is all that counts, and everything else is a blur of facts, figures, and passing semblances. So if there is a time ever that I would say it's okay to not pay attention to what's going on out there, it'd be now. Because a lot of it is like a movie, and it's just being played out before your eyes to deceive you anyway. And it's time to go within. It's time to improve the self and the other. It's time to relate. It's time to co-create with each other on projects and things that you've already been cooking. New stuff you want to hold off on a little bit. But if it's something you've been thinking about, or if it's something that you've been wanting to do, or maybe you just, okay, I'm seeing a vision of someone doing like one of those needlework things, okay? And they started on it and they got like a quarter of a way done. And then they put it away for 5 months. That's cool. Pull it on back out if you're feeling called. It's a good meditative process to do something like that. I don't know why that's coming up because I've never done it in my life, but there it is. I'm just saying those kind of things, you can pull up projects, work projects that have been kind of on the shelf. And it's a really good time, especially with Mercury going back into Virgo. It's a really good time to re-pull those things, those daily things that you can do to help ground yourself. Because this is going to be a very mental type of energy. This is going to be something that a lot of people are going to be speaking out their ass, and people are going to be on edge about it because a lot of people are not awake. A lot of people don't understand all of this stuff that's going on, you know? So have patience and poise. Libra is also, all about the arts and being social. Having fun and flirt and love and relations. Wasn't expecting that. That almost sounds very Libran, doesn't it? That's Libra. I have a lot of Libran energy. I have Venus in Libra, and then I have my Uranus conjunct by 1 degree to my Venus. Okay? So Uranus, shock and awe, shocking things happening, knocking you off your feet, conjunct to my love and relationships planet inside of the ruler of love and relationships. Hence, I've had 3 loves die. You see, it's right there in my chart. Pluto, also death, transformation, and rebirth in my Libra. And that's all in the 12th house where we go to die. So I'm just saying, you have to look at what house this Libra New Moon. I also would look to your Aries house because Jupiter is a big player. I've got visitors popping in. Jupiter is a big player, a big player. Hold on. Jupiter is going to expand and magnify whatever it is that you're doing in relationship. So if you're fighting in relationship, that's going to be magnified. Okay? Just because he's the abundance giver doesn't always mean that abundance is going to be great. It's where are you vibrating? Where are you holding your frequency? Are you thinking with your heart? This is where you think, not here. And that's going to be extra challenging during this time. So I do have a few cards. I have one deck of the Turning of the Wheel tarot cards here, and I have one deck, which I am going to take reversals on, of the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. So I thought for closing this out, we would do a few questions. If anybody has any questions, and I will do a collective card pull. Alicia has a good point there. Just be careful and do things in excess. Do things in excess. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's okay, Christina. You can be a time traveler. We love our time travelers on YouTube. Thank you. Hit that thumbs up, all right? Give me a comment down below. What house is the Libra house for you? And if you don't know your birth chart, go get your birth chart and find out what house, because the house that's represented by, and it may not be, the Libra house. It might be a different house, but wherever this 2 degrees new moon is happening for you, that's the house that's going to be affected. And then you look to the opposite house to see which is your Aries house, you see. Oh, very good. Awesome. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Terry. Happy birthday to you. Happy solar return and many more. There you go. And I think, oh my goodness, I do have this. Yeah. Happy birthday. Christina says it's her 11th house with Pluto. Very good. Very good. So that means she's going to be doing some deep, dark transmuting of the collective tribe. So Christina, and I know she won't mind if I use her example. She normally does these morning messages, okay? And she's been doing that and offering that up for the community for free. She gets up in the morning, bless her heart, she don't put a lick of makeup on, and she gets on the screen. She's got more balls than me. And she goes for it, right? I'm like, I gotta at least have a little face makeup on. I don't have hardly no makeup on today, y'all, but I had to put a little on before, because I was like, I wonder if I could do this out in makeup. But she just would get up and do these messages, these morning messages, right? Well, she's pulled back from it because she has the 11th house moon, the collective tribe. That would be the people she's speaking to on Facebook. Pluto darkening that, transmuting that, transferring. Plus, she is using her mercurial mind, which she's born a Mercury retrograde, like me, as it's moving back into Virgo, to change up and shift and improve, delete and eliminate some things right now. Doesn't mean it's forever. Some things that need to be shifted and changed, because Mercury's going back into Virgo. Virgo is all about our day to day. But I bet her Virgo house is her 10th house. So her 10th house would be what happens in her career, what she's known for. So she's pulled back just this week, pulled back on doing the morning messages. And I said, good for you. That's great, because she needs to focus on herself. She needs to do some things for herself. So it's okay to do that, guys. During this time, it's encouraged. But be in mindful state that how you relate in relationship with others as well as yourself is going to make a big impact during this next month, this next 28-day period. Awesome. Thank you for subscribing. Awesome. Thanks for being here. Very cool. Okay. Lacey says Libra is her 3rd house. So Lacey, for you, it's all about how you communicate. And okay, so your 3rd house is about being childlike. It's like the teenager house too. Okay. It's also communication in slang and being hip and cool and fun. Okay. But it's how you process things. And it's about lots of little different things That's why you probably have lots of little different relationships, lots of little acquaintances going on. And you may have to shift in and out of some of those during this time period. That's just part of it. Very good. Hi, Zena. Yay. Thank you for being in here. Hi, Mingy Dingy. How you doing, darling? I'm just seeing everybody. Okay, cool. Let's pull cards. Like I said, if you have any questions and you want me to ask the cards, I will ask them for you. But you need to put them in all caps. Okie dokie. Put them in all caps and we will answer a few questions. I'm not doing the elements tonight. This is just a astrology / little equinox pop in. And we'll do a little bit of tarot, small reading here for the collective. Small reading for the collective for this Libra New Moon. And we got cards popping, so I'll show you the board. There we go. First off, we have the Hermit. And I'm going to zoom this in. Get it nice and close so everybody can see. The Hermit is Virgo energy, and we are still currently Sun in Virgo. This is also representative of Taurus energy for me, okay? So what I like to see in this kind of a card, major life event, major arcana card, is someone who's really expanding their wisdom. That's another thing. Jupiter being opposite Venus during this Leo moon, Jupiter is wise, okay? Jupiter is this card going wise, being the guru, expanding your deep wisdoms, you know? Followed up by, wow, the World, major life event, major arcana card, the World in the challenge position. And then we have the outcome as the Knight of Pentacles. This totally feels like for the collective, this is going to be some deep, dark wisdoms coming to the surface on the World Powers stage. This right here, Knight of Pentacles, right here, this is very much a Taurus energy. And Taurus rules our money, our finances, our abundance, okay? I would not be surprised if some things come out over this next period about finances around world powers. But on the bottom, you have the Six of Swords. This is someone making a quick getaway. Someone speaking to leaving a situation they can no longer stand. You know, getting the hell out of Dodge. I would not be surprised if we have more world leaders. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. World leaders stepping down or leaving the planet. However that be. But I feel like there's a slow mover here. It's a slow mover. Because this card is out of all the knights. And knights bring information, okay? They bring information. But out of all the knights, this is the slowest knight. All knights are quick because think about it. Knight, he rushes in, gives the information, and rushes out, right? But this right here is telling me this is going to be a slow mover. There's a world point. We have that hammer of Thor on the world point in the astrology. Somebody's going to tuck and run quick too because this is fast. This is, I'm out of here. I'm not bringing any of my shit with me. I've had some people stabbing me in the back. I've been trying my best with this and I've got to go. Yeah. Seven of Cups is illusion, delusion, having too many choices, emotionally seeing too many things going on, not being able to focus in. You're all out of whack with your emotions. So you got to leave. Let's see who leaves. This will be interesting. You make sure if you see in the news some world leader stepping down or leaving or dying, that you come put it in the comments here on the YouTube. All right? So that I know, because y'all know I don't watch the news much. I get, people message me enough stuff. I get enough stuff in the messenger that I'm like, okay, I'm good. I don't need to go looking for any news. But yeah, come back and tell me if these predictions came to pass. I love these cards. I only bring them out for the Sabbaths. Another click of the wheel has turned. We're already at fall 2022. Incredible. All right. Want to get that world point nice and shuffled? Okay. I'd like to take this opportunity to show y'all one of my latest specimens I just purchased. My dad, I bought 15 new crystals and stones from my dad. My dad's a geologist. He's finally starting to sell some of them to me. I've been trying to get this to happen for years. Finally, it's starting to happen. This one is extremely special. So this was my dad's granddaddy, and he was called Pampaw, and I say it was Arvy, and he is the one that gave this to my dad. My dad didn't sell this to me. He sent it to me as a gift with all the ones that I purchased from him. Okay. Look at this. It's incredible. And it's perfect for fall. Look at this. It's so huge. Look. Is it not beautiful? I love the energy from it. I've been sleeping with it. I had it on the table for our event. But I've been sleeping with it next to my bed. And then I just brought it up today. It's very old and it's a family heirloom. And I'm extremely proud to have it. And I wanted to share it with y'all tonight. Isn't it gorgeous? I mean, just so beautiful. Okay. All right. And I will start selling crystals and stones. My father, about half of the crystals that I got were from Brazil. My father has always purchased very unique and different types of specimens. So we're going to start building on that process, and I'll start doing some events live where I'll be selling some of these beautiful and very rare, very well kept room after room after room of these locked cabinets behind glass is where majority of these stones and crystals are kept, except for the ones that are like 3 foot tall and 2 foot wide and a foot deep. There's like 4 or 5, 6 of those incredible ones that we'll just have to figure out how I'm going to do that. So anyway, keep that in mind. Hi, Kat. There's Kat's Unity. It's okay. I wasn't even supposed to be live. I'm supposed to be taking a break, right? But you know how that goes. All right, so let's see if there's any questions. We can do that. Let's ask the wisdom of the hidden realms and see what they say. Okay, just making sure. I've still got sometimes I feel bad. Last time I was here live, I got to the card point and I was so just in the flow that I didn't realize y'all couldn't see the cards. So I apologize for that. All right, Amy. Job. Amy, job. This is it right there. Okay, and we are taking them in reversals tonight because these come out as the ally or for you. Both of them in reversal, but we'll see what they have to say. Lady of Lightning, surprises, sometimes shocking, total paradigm shift. The Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving, and withholding. I feel like the Lady of Lightning in reverse is telling me that if you do go back, it's not going to be anything that's going to light you up. It's not going to be anything that's, it'll be normal. It'll be comfortable. It'll be, I feel like there won't be any surprises involved there. I do want to read from the reversal of the Lady of the Gift, which was number 20. And then this one was 35, which is an 8 infinity loop. Okay, let's see what the Lady of the Gift has to say in reverse. And I opened literally one page off from it. Okay, where is my... There it is. Okay, Lady of the Gift for Amy. As a challenger. The Lady of the Gift says that the act of withholding isn't welcome in her world. In fact, withholding information is another way to lie. Are you doing this? Perhaps is someone else doing it to you? Withholding something in order to keep you manipulated and controlled so you believe deep down you're not quite good enough. Now is the time for you to address the concept of withholding. If you see this in any aspect of your life, it's time for a change. Giving to others with the idea of getting something in return is also being warned against here. The best way out of this mirror is to give with honesty, with an open heart, and without expectation. The Lady of the Gift challenges you to be generous and compassionate. You can always start again. Okay, so I feel like really this whole withholding thing, just be certain if you do decide to go back that you are very much in the awareness that there may not be, like, they may not be on the up and up with everything. And I feel like something something shockingly, like I feel like you need the urge, and you want the urge because I know you just came through some surgery and all that. I feel like you need the urge to have something new. Otherwise, you're just going to be caught in this same loop. And I feel like something's been withheld here. And if you do go back, something will be withheld. Something will not be brought forth in all honesty. So, I hope that helped you. Let's just look. I gotta look right here and see. King of Swords. Yeah. Is there truth in this? The utmost respect. Will you be receiving the respect and the truth that you so need and desire? Will you need to take some cord cutting to the situation? You know? Three of Swords, heartbreak. Heartbreak in communication coming out right there. And there's your crow. Right in the center of the two wise owls. The snow owl and the wild owl. Dualities. Yeah, I don't know, Amy. All of these cards are kind of saying it might not be the best choice for you. It's kind of what I'm feeling. All right, let's move on to the next question. I love you dearly, Amy. Let me know how it goes, okay? All right, let's see here. that? Oh, okay, cool. Your birthday? Oh, I didn't know it was your birthday. Happy birthday. Very nice. Very cool. And happy birthday to your niece, Renee. Happy birthdays all around. Woo woo. Wee wee. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Hi, Christine. Nice to see you in the chat. Okay. I swear I thought I saw one other question or two. Okay, Renee has a question. How do we get the 5D if we feel bogged down in the 3D? You don't. You don't. If you're bogged in the 3D, you're meant to be there. You know? Being in resistance, see, this is one thing that irks me. We're all wanting to feel that exhilarated 5D experience, the beautiful colors, the heart expansion, the higher vibrations. But sometimes that's just not possible. And that's okay. Don't be hard on yourself. The fact that you're wanting and wanting to learn how to be, of course, being in joy, bliss state, getting in nature, salt baths, cleansing yourself, reading a book, doing whatever it is that really puts a smile in your heart. That's the main thing is, do I have a smile in my heart while I'm doing this? Sometimes that's impossible to do, though, and we got to be realistic. Yes, we are sovereign beings having this experience here as a human, but we're humans right now, and we got to learn to be human. So don't be in resistance to yourself when you're bogged down in the 3D. Just be in acceptance of, okay, I'm bogged down in 3D right now, and that's all right. I know it will not stay because everything is ever shifting, and I am co-creating everything as I go. Some of the time we have to just realize that that's just, I float back and forth all the time. Just don't be hard on yourself. But there's lots of things that that you can do to raise your frequency, raise your vibration, pull in that higher mind into the heart, right? But sometimes shit's just gonna be shit. And just be in the shit with a smile on your face. It's the best thing I can say to that. Because, we have to be real. And we have to be real with ourselves, right? I love you. You can do this. Okay. Sending light your way. My whole screen just went black. That was cool. Okay, here we go. I'll take one more. Zena. Will I have to foreclose on my house? This is a very uncertain time for me and my family. Okay. Excuse me. Zena. I got an energy coming in here. This is my light side, tingled all through here. That's the positive. That's the positive. Seven of Swords in reverse. I am taking reversals tonight. All these cards are mixed up. Seven of Swords in reverse. I like to see this card in reverse. In the upright, this card is lying, stealing, cheating, fuckery card. In this way, it's someone possibly coming in and making and stating an apology, trying to right a wrong, trying to make things better after the lion, stealing, cheating, and fuckery. Temperance, major life event, major arcana card, the Temperance. So you have to become the alchemist here. You have to be able to, this is your challenge position. You have to be able to hold the patience within your energy. Everything with this situation with your house is about the energy. I'm seeing that very clearly. And you have to understand that through your jovial spirit, your joyous, like being bogged down. I hear the bogged down coming through again. Being bogged down is not assisting this energy to come forth with the apology and making things right. Okay. So your challenge here is, you see, she's able to handle two worlds in once. Okay. She's able to keep herself grounded in two places, at like two higher and lower vibrational frequencies coming in. She's able to keep both in flow. And she's doing it with patience, knowing that there are some challenges ahead, knowing that she may have to climb some cliffs to get there. And it may be emotional, for sure. Okay. You have the Emperor, major life event, major arcana card, the Emperor, and the Sadness card, the loss, the grief. I feel like this is because, okay, first of all, let's address the Emperor being underneath this Seven of Swords. So this right here, this is the Aries energy. Okay, this is strong. We're gonna do this now. I'm in control of this. This is someone coming in from outside of you saying, I'm taking control of this situation, and you really don't have a whole lot of a choice. And unfortunately, it's going to leave you very grief stricken, having to learn to alchemize yourself, alchemize the energy, and how to move forward with the energy. I'm getting tingled all up and down on this side now, which is my night side. On the bottom of the deck, yeah, you got some anxiety here. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. It's not looking great. It's not looking like the house is something. It looks like foreclosure is pretty imminent here, and I don't like to deliver that kind of news, but I have to read the cards as they lay. And that King of Swords comes out again. Yeah, I think the truth is, honestly, that, this anxiety is not going to do you a bit of good. All of this worry is just you need to let it go. You need to let all the worry go, and you're going to have to figure out a different plan. Become the alchemist. This is the power card here. I want you to look up what temperance means. I think you may already know, but I still want you to look it up, and I want you to read it. Okay? I want you to embody this energy, and I want you to try to shift this. You can shift this by becoming the alchemist. But as the cards lay now, if you don't shift out of this anxiety, this woman is all creating. Swords are the mind, creating everything. All this anxiety is not attributing to the I'm so sorry that this happened to you energy. Let me come in and fix this for you energy so you're not left crying on the roads energy. Become more temperanced, you know, being able to be more into the flexibility of the energy itself. Create an energy ball entity that is the foreclosure. And you work on the energy. I do this with clients. Whatever it be, cancer, divorce, suicide, whatever it be, we're going to create an energy ball entity that's separate from the self. That is the foreclosure. Okay? And then you work on mold that energy, how it would be in a love state. Through your perception, through your mind's eye. Message me some more on this tomorrow. I won't remember this reading because I'm fully high. So message me on this tomorrow and I will channel some more to you. But I've got to get it wrapped up for right now. So, homework. Look up temperance. That's going to do it all for me tonight, guys. I appreciate you being here. I love you all so very much. Thank you so much for joining me on this impromptu evening as we are celebrating another turning of the wheel with the equinox tomorrow and Libra season beginning. And we are looking at the absolute most gorgeous new moon, I think, of the year, quite honestly. I'll have to look back just to make sure because I'm not going to put that out there quite yet. But I think it's in my top 3 for sure. Top new moons of the year. You're very, very welcome. You're very welcome. Endings bring new beginnings, that's for sure. You are correct there, Renee. That's right. Okay. I'm sorry. Hey, what's up, Rhea effin' Sunshine? How you doing? All right. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. Have a beautiful night. You guys, thanks for being here. Thank you, Christine, for being here. I will not be here next week, but the week following that, we will be doing an Aries full moon. And I'll be popping in and I'll post and let y'all know when, like I said, I'm just flowing with this right now. I'm just trying to stay in my flow state and honor myself during this time of my 12th house transit. So, and we will go back full force come Scorpio season. All right. I love you all so very much. Sending you so much wonderful love and light. Yes, yes, yes. Have a beautiful night. Much love to everybody. And walk in the light. And spread the sparkle. Watch out for those folks who's got some nasty things to say. And look out for the illusion and the delusions and the untruths. Come back and comment on the YouTube if you see any of them. I'd like to know. All right. Have a great night. Walk in the light and spread the sparkle. I love you.